Trading is closed on the 19th of October 2023. As always, we'll start with our disclaimer. We'll go over our calls. We'll make some predictions. Disclaimer comes first. It's my trading plan for Friday, October 20th, 2023. Remember, it's a plan. I can change it. It could be completely wrong. Any trade you make should be made at your own risk. Also, I have had more personal business than I thought I would have. Couldn't watch the market that much during the day, and my personal business will probably extend it for a longer time than I had originally planned. Bear that in mind if you care to risk money on my calls. Look for the pattern with the early low, which is this. Tomorrow should also have the early low. We had a target of 43.49.66 unless we gap down smartly. We didn't gap down smartly, so that one's a miss. We'll have to add it to the list. It still should print at some time. This is what we said. Have a new target from today's pattern, 43.35.06. If we don't gap down smartly, that's my call for tomorrow. Early on, MEJT said this drop wouldn't stick, said it was false. Said we return to this line and optionally go over this one. All those things happen. Now it says this drop is false. We're going to go over this line. Gives us the 43.35.06 target. There are a number of sentiment indicators indicating we're close to a low in terms of time when there's the volume spike in futures. The other is that the volatility index is over its upper Bollinger Band, and it's at its highest level in, I think, over 6 months. The volatility index measures the premium retail customers are willing to pay to buy put options, and when they're willing to pay through the nose for puts, usually means that the decline is just about over. Well, we said yesterday, I wasn't certain this corrective wave, and that's what I'm calling it. This is an overlapping corrective wave. This is the impulse, not overlapping. I think this corrective wave, I said yesterday, might not be over. There's not just one way to count this, but there is a count today that says it is over. If we move B to here, which doesn't break any rules, this could be A, B, C for B. Let's look at the count from the July high. Well, if that's your A, and we put B here instead of here, you can certainly count 5 waves down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The wave 5 is truncated, but that's okay. This wave 3 was kind of strong, and if wave 3 is this strong, you expect wave 5 to truncate most of the time. And wave A and wave C are equal right at today's low. So we have a good Fibonacci pattern, ABC, right at today's low. Now, of course, if this low doesn't hold, that idea is killed. And futures are down, so maybe it won't hold. But if it does hold, that's the pattern you look for when this corrective wave ends. Well, Friday's pattern has the really low, regardless of where we open. There's a higher MEJT target, and unless we gap down smartly, the rules call for it to print. Now, futures are down quite a bit as I write this, so it's entirely possible we gap down and kill the whole idea, but we won't know that until tomorrow's open. Sentiment indicators have turned bullish. These aren't pinpoint indicators, but they're not bad. There's a volume spike in futures, and the volatility index is over its upper Bollinger Band, giving its highest reading in months. There's wave balance at today's low, and the price of today's low also is a target of a system devised by a friend of mine. That has to hold for this to work. If we recover from the drop in futures and don't significantly undercut the low a day, we have the makings of a good rally. I don't care if it undercuts it by 1 cent, it doesn't change anything. Because of sentiment indicators, we shouldn't be too far in terms of time from starting a rally in any event. The wave count here is pretty bullish stuff, and the sentiment indicators are compatible with a low, and we've got much higher MEJT targets. They could fail, but they could also work. And if they work, we should be in for a good rally starting from right here if this low holds. And that we're not going to know until tomorrow. It's a pattern with the early low. That's today's call.